Okay, so I took the time to write in all the equations. It's the same one, I just keep writing them. The same two, actually, I just keep writing them. So now let's go ahead and find the hypotenuse and the short leg and the long leg. Remember, that's 90, that's 30. So this one must be 60. Across the 90 is the hypotenuse, and across the 30 is the short leg, and then across 60 is the long leg. Okay, substitute that stuff in here. The hypotenuse is x, the short leg is y, the long leg is 3 square root of 2. Again, the short leg is y, and then you have the square root of 3. So the only equation we can solve of these two is this guy. We're going to divide both sides by the square root of 3. Hopefully I have enough space for this. So that cancels. I don't think I am. Now, that's actually not that bad. But remember, we can't have square roots in the denominator. I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 3. And I'm going to move my answer all the way over here. The square roots I multiply. Square root of 2 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 6. And then you still have the 3 in front. 3 and square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. These cancel, and your answer is 6, and that was y. Okay, so now that we figured out that y is the square root of 6, I can put it in here. And I'm done with that one. So it was kind of a little bit of writing. It wouldn't have actually been that much, but I couldn't keep going this way. So I went that way. So again, rewind that and watch it again if you need to see it. Because I know it gets confusing. I go down and then I come across this way. But once I figured out y was the square root of 6, you just put it in there. 2 times the square root of 6. There it is. Alright, let's go to 14. 14. That's 30, that's 90, this guy over here must be 60. That's the hypotenuse. Across 30 is the short leg. Across 60 is the long leg. Okay. The hypotenuse is x. Short leg is y. Long leg is square root of 3. Easy. You want to get y by itself, divide by the square root of 3, divide by the square root of 3. That goes away. Y equals, that's 1. Remember, the same thing divided by the same thing is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Negative 100 divided by negative 100 is 1. Square root of 3 divided by square root of 3 is 1. House divided by house is 1. So now that we know y equals 1, plug it in here, we have x equals 2. You could have just written down x equals 2, but that's the work. Let's go to 15. That's 30, that's 90, this must be 60. That's the hypotenuse. Across 30 is the short leg. Across 60 is the long leg. So the hypotenuse is u. The short leg, well, let me put the 2 there. The short leg is 2 square root of 3. The long leg is v. 2 square root of 3 times 3. Square root of 3, I mean. So the short leg is 2 square root of 3, and then you bring down the other square root of 3. Whew! So those are the two equations. Let's simplify these. u, just multiply those. For v, multiply these. V is 2, square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. V is 6. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's move on to 16. Pause it if you need to pause it. That's 90, that's 60. This one over here must be 30. That's the hypotenuse. Across 30 is the short leg. Across 60 is the long leg. The hypotenuse is 18. The short leg is y. The long leg is x. Well, y must be 9, right? Because 2 times 9 is 18. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Y is 9. And then it's easy, just put 9 in front. We just said y was 9. Done. Man, that was a lot of work.